use your $40,000 contract for your live shoot, music, production. Be so sweet. And then you could do like live cut. Test. Test 1 2.
Good morning. Good morning. We're going to get started in a couple minutes. Please find your way up to some of these empty seats. Line leadership, thank you for coming up to the front. I appreciate it. Good morning. Welcome to the operational briefing for the park incident for the operational period of August 22nd to the 23rd, 0700 to 0700 hours. My name is Gabe Garcia. I'm the planning section chief for the park incident. I ask that you please mute your phones, silence your radios, and keep down any sidebar conversations. We're going to start off with our incident objectives. Our management objectives: provide for emergency personnel and public safety at all times. Protect property improvements and infrastructure. Ensure costs are aligned with mission priorities. Ensure coordinated, timely, and accurate release of public information. Continue to enhance and maintain positive relationships with all local partners, cooperators, and stakeholders. Protect economic, natural, cultural, and heritage resources. Implement fire suppression repair activities in accordance with approved suppression repair plans. Control objectives: keep the fire north of Skyway, keep the fire east of Highway 99, Highway 36, Manton Road, Rock Creek Road, and Wilson Hill Road. Keep the fire south of Highway 44, and keep the fire west of the Pacific Crest Trail. And now your current situation, night operations.
Morning, everybody. Steve Ward, Night Operations Team 6. So another good night, quiet night last night, another good day's work yesterday. Moving into the incident, Branch 10 was in a patrol status. Branch 12, again, probably going into patrol status tonight. No calls for service, everything quiet there. Pretty much everything's concentrated, as everybody knows, up there in the Branch 15, 18 area of Mineral, and over there in Mill Creek, Doe Mountain area. So down there in Quebec, still working those slash piles. They're still finding some heat in there. The IR flights last night are showing much reduced heat signatures, which is a testament to everybody doing good work in there. As we move around, same thing in Doe Mountain area, X-ray, that area in there, same thing. Reduced heat with the IR. Folks are seeking to destroy as they can. There was backhauled trash and hose that was backhauled out of there and ready for pickup today. Moving down into Echo Foxtrot, down in that area, same thing. A lot of the stuff's interior, but a really quiet night last night.
And now with the weather, your incident meteorologist.
Hey, good morning. Bob Honish, incident meteorologist for the park incident. Starting off today, again, similar to the last few days, moderate humidity recovery, clear skies. But really, this is the end of our similar weather. We start to see some bigger changes beginning today that continue through the next couple of days. Today's big change is going to be wind. We've got a low pressure system that's dropping down. It's now centered off the Oregon coast. And the southerly flow ahead of that will start to be felt as the day wears on. Today, we've got southeasterly winds this morning. Those will turn a little bit more southerly as the day goes on, and then southwesterly towards the evening. Those winds really start to pick up this afternoon. After about noon, I think we'll start to see some gusts 25 to 30 miles an hour, maybe as high as 35 miles an hour on the highest exposed ridge tops. Those winds continue into the evening, and they really don't diminish much overnight. So staying breezy to windy through the overnight period. One thing that mitigates this a little bit is our humidity is coming up from what we saw the last few days as some of that offshore moisture starts to trickle its way in today and then really works its way in tomorrow. So humidity not as low today, but windy. With that moisture coming in, we do start to see the risk for some isolated showers begin tonight. Could be an isolated thunderstorm in there, but most of that activity looks like it's going to track off to our west towards Redding, so not a high risk over the fire. The risk for isolated thunderstorms, isolated showers increases through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow's a much cooler day, elevated humidity levels. Tomorrow afternoon through the overnight period is our best chance of seeing some kind of wetting moisture from those showers. Probably a pretty good coverage of showers tomorrow evening and overnight. This is not the kind of storm system that's going to produce a lot of heavy rain, but any kind of storm system like this could produce some isolated, locally higher amounts. So with that, there is a flash flood watch because the burn scar is such a sensitive area, and that's in effect from Friday afternoon through Saturday morning. So something to be aware of and just think about, even though it's ahead of the day today. Going into later in the weekend, we start to see a warm up again that goes into next week with probably some very hot temperatures coming back early next week. End of report for fire weather.
Up next, fire behavior.
Good morning, Jan Smoots, fire behavior analyst for the park incident. So today with those winds picking up this afternoon, expect to see some increased activity across the fire, including smoke production from some areas that you may not have seen it for the last few days, possibly a little bit of increased activity in any of those interior islands that still remain out there. Could see some flare-ups along the line that may lead to spot fires, with the highest risk of those being in Tehama, Quebec and Tehama Uniform today. If you do see any active fire behavior outside of your lines, you can expect to see moderate rates of spread and spotting distances of up to 1/2 mile.
With our safety message, your safety officer.
Good morning, Jack Warden, safety officer. Please turn to page 6 and 7 of your IAP for today's safety messages. It is the Team 6 expectation and your obligation to ensure your crews have a safety briefing prior to going out to the line. Today is a day of change. We can feel it with the humidities and the cooler temperatures. We can see it with more people wearing jackets and probably drinking more coffee around camp. So we need to capitalize on that when we go out to the line. What are we going to change today? We heard it from our IMET, the weather's changing. We need to start looking at new escape routes and safety zones, but this time not for a firefight, possibly for a flood fight. When you find those, please test those, take note of them, and communicate them. As we hit the 30-day threshold on this incident, we need to find our attention to detail and re-engage it. As you go through your day, as you brief your crews out in the parking lot, as you find those new safety zones and escape routes, and as you wash your hands in the chow line, please ensure your attention to detail is top-notch. That will be the driver that gets us home safely. Thank you and have a great shift.
And now, air operations.
Good morning, Tom Swanson, Air Operations. For today's aircraft lineup, we have 6 helicopters, 2 Type 1s, Type 2 with crew, 2 Type 3s to support HELCO and recon. We have 2 U.S. modules still assigned for IR mapping. And we have Copter 606, the Vina helicopter at Red Bluff Airport for day, hoist, and medevac. And Guard Copter 820 available out of Redding, which has a paramedic on board.
And with our medical plan, your medical unit leader.
Good morning, Luke McAlpine Medical. Going out on a 12-hour day shift today, we're going to have 3 teams of line medics. REMS team will be on at 24. Ambulance 3 will be available during the day. Ambulance 1 will be at night. Back here at base camp, we have CalMat and MERT set up for all your medical supplies and treatment. As you go out into your breakouts this morning, please take the time to review the medical reporting procedures so that we can get you the help that you need in the fastest amount of time possible. Thank you.
Up next, communications.
Good morning, Ryan Clausen, Communications Unit Leader. If you could, please turn your pages to 51 and 52 for the communications plan. There's been some changes as far as the consolidation of some groups. In Butte Division, Charlie Echo Foxtrot will be NIFC TAC 5. Butte Patrol Group will be CDF TAC 24. Butte Fire Suppression Repair will be NIFC TAC 6. Tehama Division X-Ray CDF TAC 20. Division Juliet Lima November CDF TAC 21. And in Quebec in uniform, V-Fire 24. Whiskey will be NIFC TAC 1. And Tehama Fire Suppression Repair will be NIFC TAC 3. CDF Air to Ground 8 for all divisions. And if there is still a need for radios to be programmed, come past the comm shop. Thank you.
And now a message from training.
Good morning, Anthony Masuko, Training Specialist. We still have a few folks that haven't checked in with training. Just stop by with your initiated task book and we'll get you checked in. To validate your training record, just stop by with your task book evaluation record and ICS 225 and we'll validate that training record. And also just a reminder, you do not need to wait for your designated demope time to come and see us. Have a safe shift.
Liaison officer.
Morning, Louis Ocampo, Liaison Officer. Today's cooperators meeting will be held at 10 o'clock in the Tehama room. That's just off to the right-hand side, your left-hand side. And just as a friendly reminder, we do have peer support services available on site. If you guys have not done so, please stop in, say hi. They truly do provide a great service. If you guys want more information, come find one of the liaison officers after this briefing. Thank you.
Up next, information.
Good morning, Robert Carvalho Information. If you turn to page 56, fires right now at 61% contained, roughly 3,400 personnel on the line still. On the very bottom of the page, there's an address. If you need anything to be mailed over here, it'll be to the PIO trailer to your left. There are packages there now if you're expecting anything here to come, and there's also lost and found. If you're missing anything, please come by and pick it up. Thank you.
Now with incident assignment and roll call, Resource Unit Leader and Operations.
Hello and good morning. Garrett Adams, Resource Unit Leader for the Park Incident.
Eric Schwab, Operations.
I'll be starting your line leadership roll call, starting with Tehama Zone, Branch 10 and 12.
Branch 10 and 12, Mr. Needles from Utah Task Force is the contact out there today. Just one task force and a water tender out there today. Looking to roll into patrol status for tomorrow, so please, Mr. Needles, turn over every stone out there one more time. We heard that some wind could come through there, so make sure that that is fireproof out there, and if we need to add more resources for the night, let me know early.
Branch 15-18, Matthews.
Here.
Gazal.
Here.
White.
Here.
Tehama, Quebec, Chenoweth.
Here.
Prater.
Here.
Tehama, Whiskey, Troller.
Here.
Mifsud.
Here.
Butte, Charlie, Lopez.
Here.
Johnson.
Okay, based on all the hard work that was done out there over the last month, we were able to combine the divisions in Branch 18. Again, we're going to get wind tested, Chris, Brian, and Mo, so make sure we're fireproof out there. Last time we got wind tested up there 5 days ago or so, we threw 2 spots, so we definitely want to make sure that we don't do that. Continue to work those dozer piles. Again, we're rolling most of those resources to a 12, so if we need to pivot tonight and add more to a 24, let us know early.
All right, Tehama, Fire Suppression Repair, Totoshini.
Here.
Kraser.
Here.
Johnson.
right? Again, we keep adding as we drop down to 12 hours in the firefighting resources. We're adding those overhead into fire suppression repair to get that span of control in line better for you folks. Continue with the great work. Get out 24 hours looking ahead of this thing. And in case we do end up with some rain, let's very critical. Let's make sure we're staging equipment overnight in appropriate places. So with that, please, everyone, have a good, productive shift.
Now with closing comments, Incident Commander.
Good morning, everybody. Jared Andrade, one of the Unified Incident Commanders for the Park incident. Today, you already heard today marks day 30 of this incident. That's 30 safety briefings, 30 operational briefings. It tends to drone on. 30 days, 1 month, 1/12 of a year, 8.2% of your year has been spent here on this fire. With that, many of you have missed things like anniversaries, birthdays, kids' first days of school. Do me a favor and take 5 minutes out of your day today, contact home, and have that good conversation with them, all right? That's the foundation that keeps you strong back at home, that keeps you strong here, keeps you productive. 30 days. If many of you heard the briefing from IMET, flash flood warning. Did you hear that? Bet you didn't think you were going to hear that 30 days ago, did you? Here we are. With that, safety, operations, both talked about there's a lot of work to be done, and there's still some things that are hazard out there. So do us a favor, stay alert, stay safe, and stay engaged. Have a good day.
Thank you. Please attend your breakouts, clearly marked around briefing, unassigned resources, meet with the resource unit leader at the IAP table, cooperators meeting at 10, planning meeting at 1700, and our next operational briefing here at 0700. Don't forget to unmute your phones and radios. Thank you.